We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show.
Entrando por tus oídos hasta llegar al centro de tus emociones, ADR Networks está en este momento
activando tus sentidos.
ADR Networks presenta.
This is Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch.
And this is...
Foreign Show!
On the foreign show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, races, welcome to the Foreign Show TFS right here on ADR Networks.
Activating your senses. My name is Celestine Angel.
I'm Isaac Rakesh, and we have a very special guest today joining us all the way from
Indonesia.
Yeah, well, she's not in Indonesia at the moment. Right?
She is in Mexico right now. She represents Indonesia. And
I set that up like that. Joining us all the way. Where do you live, Uli? Where in Mexico do you live?
Which part of Mexico?
In Alvaro Obregón.
Okay, so joining us all the way from there. Well, it's a very special episode because we love what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, I mean, we are also from that part of the world, Southeast Asia, and Indonesia and Malaysia, just around Singapore, and we feel like we're all more or less the same countries. Yeah.
So, we are neighbors.
Yeah, we're neighbors.
All right, Uli, why don't you tell the people a bit about your story? Like, how did you end up all the way over here?
When I and my family and I arrived here in 2014, actually, I follow my husband because he was working. No, he is working here for one of the telecommunication company.
Okay. Tell me.
And then I and my daughter follow him to stay here, to live here. Yeah.
First, your daughter and your husband came, and then you came after?
No, together. First, my husband came in the earlier 2014 here.
Okay.
And we follow in July, end of July, we arrived here.
I see. Okay. And when you arrived, how did you, what was the first impression of Mexico?
I think nowadays, Mexico changed a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, when I arrived here, when I walk in the street, I have a little something that I was scared to see people, because the effect of the movie.
Yeah. I know the American projection of Mexico is always very dangerous and I get it. Although back in Asia, everybody says Mexico is dangerous, and but they don't even know the country, but they have the impression that it's dangerous.
Yeah. When I arrived in the airport also, wow, I have all kind of the scare or negative thinking of Mexico. Yeah. That's my first impression here.
And that was your first time in this part of the world, South America. America, North America.
Central.
Yeah, in America. In America, yes. because my husband works as an expert in telecommunication of field, so he worked like in other country, in Japan, in Nigeria, or something.
All right,
But
talk to us about what's going on the screen right now. Can for like we see.
Yeah, they put up some pictures that you sent us. Like, what costume is this? It's
this is the costume from one of the uh, Indonesian part of the island,
Sumatra.
Sulawesi or Celebes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And this is my first experience to make like a cooking class.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, after the class, we ate. We have dinner together.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. This
And
is
this
my
is that
food.
day.
This is satay, and
Okay.
this kind of we call it nasi rames because
rames,
in one plate
There's no.
lot of dish, and this is the bazaar.
This is,
This
so
is the
you do
bazaar,
a
right?
bazaar. She does like a bazaar. Like, how often do you do it?
No, this is my first bazaar here in Mexico.
Okay,
Yeah,
but you do it regularly, or?
and actually, this bazaar organized by Mexico City government.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And the participation came from the 99 countries that has embassy here in Mexico City.
Wow, how interesting.
Yeah.
So Indonesia has an embassy here.
Yes.
Like, so there are enough Indonesian people in Mexico for them to have an
Not
embassy.
really. Not really. No.
Not really, right?
Yeah. In Mexico, I think it's only 200 people
Okay,
here.
I think that's still way more than the Singaporeans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No embassy here.
But here
Singaporean.
in Mexico City, our community only like not more than 50. I think 50
Wow,
enough.
but that's still a
Yeah,
lot.
much.
Do you usually, like, if you have events, Indonesian community events, do you also try to include the Malaysians? Because I know that you do have connections with the Malaysians as well, right?
Yeah, for Asian bazaar,
Mm-hmm.
all the Asian country will participate.
Right.
Indonesia, Malaysia, Thai, Singapore also, I think, like this. Malaysia. But for Indonesian bazaars, just only Indonesia.
Right. So, like, before you came to Mexico, did you, like, back home in Indonesia? Did you cook? Like, do you have a restaurant, or it's like you came here and then it started to develop?
Actually, I love to cook. One of my passion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, in 2012, my husband was work in Japan, and in Japan, the community of Indonesia, we big there, and then yeah, and then sometimes I cook. Uh, Actually, I went to Japan only for holiday.
Okay.
Yeah, to meet my husband who worked there in Japan. So during our time together in Japan, I cook for my husband, for my friends, and then that I find that it is good to make other people happy with your food. And
Right.
then 2014, when I moved here, before I moved here, I I joined one of the cooking school in Indonesia.
Oh,
I want to prepare if I can do. If I can cook here with,
professionally.
yes, as my profession or with my professional.
Mm.
So I joined the one uh, cooking school in Indonesia.
So that's 2020,
14,
you said, right?
2012. I
2012.
2012.
graduated.
Right, 2012.
I see.
Mhm.
Sorry, 2012. And then after that, you came here 2014. And like around when did you start doing the catering business?
Actually, I just want at that time I just want to kill my time because
Just a
my
hobby.
daughter, yeah,
Mhm.
had a class uh, since early in the morning at 7, and then finished like 4 or 5. So during
Okay.
that time, I want to have my own activity.
Right. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Something for you to, occupy your time. And
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's why.
Plus,
And
I know
I,
you want to get the Indonesian food. You want to cook Indonesian food for your daughter because she has to get accustomed to the taste change over here in another country.
yeah,
How's that going?
Yeah.
Did she have trouble adjusting to life here?
yeah, 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 yeah. For the first time, it is, yeah, for all foreigners. I think with a different language.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, this different
Yeah.
custom. Yeah,
The-
it's difficult. Yeah.
but the people look the same, right? The people kind of look similar, right? Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
we do find like there are a lot of Mexicans that look like they could be Malays, they could be even Asian, like I mean
Yeah,
Orientals, like
yeah,
they
yeah.
do kind of look.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And can you tell the people a bit about the Indonesian community in Japan? I think not many people know about that. Like,
There,
mm,
I think a lot of a big community there, and then for, yeah, all kind of type of the social, some, yeah, very big, yeah, big community. So since my husband was working for a telecommunication company, I just get along with the all the spouse of from telecommunication company
okay,
also.
all the
Hmm.
wives and all the
Yeah, family.
friends of the. Okay, okay, okay. I see.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, but then what do you mean about the Indonesian community in Japan? Like like there's like a large group of them.
No, I actually don't know anything about the Indonesian
Oh,
community in
it's
Japan.
because Uli mentioned like she
Yeah,
was she was living in
in
Japan.
Japan, and
So I
then
mean,
there's a large
it's
community there. Yeah,
right.
that's very
And I
cool.
think it's very interesting that like you have traveled and experienced like a few different places that I mean like Japan is out of Southeast Asia, and
Hmm.
then like so over there did you also cook Indonesian food? I'm sure it's much easier to get the ingredients at least,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But at that time, I didn't think about the business.
right?
I, yeah,
Right.
I only do did cook for family and for friends.
Right. So only in Mexico did you start like creating it as a catering business,
Mhm.
and now you're looking out for a location to open a restaurant, right?
Yeah, because my some of my customer asked me to open my restaurant.
Me too, please.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Like if it's catering means I have to order in advance, and I sometimes
Yeah.
I just want to go and eat at the restaurant. That
yeah,
would
Yes.
be great. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. At that
You're doing us a favor.
time, yeah, because I why I want to do this activity like a cook as a professional in seriously because in Mexico, yeah, only small people knows about Indonesia.
Yes,
Yeah, and
I'm very
then
happy that you told
yeah,
me this. Yeah.
yeah, and then I think that through this food, this culinary activity, I can promote my country also.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like bring awareness to people to know more about Indonesia, right? Because
Yes.
Indonesia has such a rich and deep history and traditions, and the culture is just amazing. And not many people know about Indonesia like worldwide. Like a lot of people know, like you mentioned to me when we were talking, a lot of people know much about Japan and and Thai food and all that, but like Indonesian food is so amazing. Back in Asia, we all know it, but like the rest of the world needs to know more about it. Yeah,
And Indonesia is huge also. It's not just like one part, right? So like for example, like which part of Indonesia are you and your family from?
My family came from one of the big island we call Sumatra, but we live in Java. There is a Indonesian capital city, Jakarta.
Oh, Jakarta is in Java.
Yes.
Jakarta's in Java.
Yeah. I mean, I know only about the Java Jazz Festival, you know.
Yes,
and the Java Jazz Festival is very well known. So
yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you're from the north basically, and then you moved to the capital.
Yeah. But I was born in Jakarta.
Oh.
See, my parents moved.
I see. So like you have like the you know the difference between like the differences in culture between the north and the center, right? Like what? So maybe tell us a little about that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yes.
Like what is it like in North Sumatra, and then what's it like in Java?
Yeah, since I'm interested in food, so I want to learn more about what different taste of this island and that island.
Right.
In Sumatra, we love spices food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but in Java they love the sweet.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So like
their food, their food it's sweet.
So like for example, ikan penyet or ayam penyet is ayam penyet from particular part of Indonesia or all of Indonesia?
Actually, ayam penyet is it's not really one origin from one area in Indonesia. No, it's like a modern food of Indonesia.
All right. This is something. Yeah, this is something that we see a lot in a lot of different things. Like for example, if you go overseas and you see something like Singapore noodles, you know, and then if you go to Singapore, exactly, and then when you go there, you don't actually find that dish, right? So it's like kind of like a modern day thing, like you said.
A lot of the menus they put like Singapore noodles, like I think in America or something, and it's curry noodles, basically just curry and noodles. But there's no such thing in Singapore.
And nowadays curry in North Sumatra, my origin, there is one popular noodles, and we call it the mie curry. Mie is noodle, and curry is curry.
Yes.
Oh, mie curry. Okay, okay.
Like it's a new Indonesian thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like ayam penyet.
Yes, but like mie rebus and all that is Malay, right? I mean, that is not Indonesian, or do you also have it in Indonesia?
We have also mie rebus. Yeah.
I miss all the food so much.
Yeah, like in Singapore, they know about laksa, but in my country also we have laksa.
Oh, really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because laksa is actually from the Peranakan culture, and I'm Peranakan, and my grandma makes it and everything. But like Indonesia also have it, means there are also Peranakans in Indonesia, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Some things like chicken noodle, mie ayam. Yeah, it's something like came from Peranakan.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It sounds right. Yeah. So like the main thing we actually would like to focus on, like when I was talking with Uli yesterday, is that she wants to use food to basically bring awareness or promote the Indonesian culture. So like what do you suggest to people to who are watching to like try like first what is the most famous
Yeah,
Indonesian dishes?
Not ayam penyet.
No,
right?
ayam penyet,
Because
and then
I
ayam
know
penyet,
I am yes.
because
Yeah.
ayam- okay.
Actually, when I tried my I tried to start my cook here, my business here. The famous of my food is rendang.
Oh, yeah.
rendang,
It
okay.
comes from Sumatra.
And is it like
No.
beef rendang or it's
Yeah, beef rendang.
Beef rendang, okay.
Yeah, I think in Malaysia also
Yeah,
this food is very famous.
yeah.
Yes, rendang is pretty
Rendang
popular,
is
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
beef rendang. So that's
Oh.
why the first food that I sold at the time is nasi padang.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nasi padang is basically nasi is rice, and then padang is like you choose different food, right? Something that's what it means, right?
Padang is the area West Sumatra,
Okay.
Yeah, the
and
feel, right?
the food came from that area
Oh, the
West
padang
Sumatra.
too. Yeah.
Mm.
But like
I'm
when
from
you order nasi padang is basically it's rice and it comes with dishes.
Right?
yeah
Rice and like your dishes.
yeah
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
The nasi padang it's like very famous in Indonesia. Everywhere you go, even in Java, you will easily find nasi padang. Not only in West Sumatra.
Yeah. I mean, like nasi padang is also what you will cook at home for like all the families they will make nasi padang at home, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And like what kind of like what would be like breakfast in Indonesia?
Actually, in Indonesia depend on the area. Or it depend on the area. Like we have we in Indonesia we always eat the heavy breakfast.
Heavy breakfast, okay.
With
Breakfast,
rice
okay.
With rice, yes. Okay.
Rice, okay.
or rice cake.
Mm.
We
Rice
call it
cake. Yeah.
ketupat or lontong.
Ketupat,
Ketupat. Yeah.
like in Peranakan culture we have a lontong. I don't know if you know it.
Yeah, lontong or ketupat. Yeah.
Yeah, similar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, ketupat we call we wrap with what is the leaf? Lontong we wrap with banana leaf.
Oh yeah.
And ketupat with coconut leaf.
Oh, ketupat is coconut leaf, right?
Okay.
Do you make it? Like I would love to eat it.
Yeah.
Actually, my husband can make the ketupat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So-
but it is difficult for us to find the coconut leaf here.
Oh yeah.
We have to go to Acapulco.
Oh wow! So
Oh.
in Acapulco there is coconut leaf and some ingredients that you can get, or like where do you get your ingredients?
Some I imported from US
Mm.
or bring from my country.
Wow. Okay. So it is very difficult. It's very difficult for you to actually
Yeah,
obtain.
but now we can order to some groceries here,
Mhm.
but the price is
Yeah, definitely way more expensive. Like back home, all these dishes will be so cheap, right? Like
Yeah.
$2-3 kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
$100, yeah.
Mm. And do you miss? I mean, obviously you miss the food, but do you find much differences in the culture here in terms of the people and how you interact with people over here?
I think not really different.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
If you-
like the food, people here also cook with the lot of ingredients.
Okay.
Yeah, I have interesting experience when I introduce curry.
curry,
Please
Yeah,
share.
curry to the local people. So
Uh-huh.
I explain to them that this is mole. like a mole.
Like a mole.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like a mole. So they can, oh yeah, like a mole, and then they want to try.
It's
Because sometimes when
it's kind of
we give them the food without explanation, they don't want to eat.
Yeah. So, but did they enjoy the curry?
Yes,
They did, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
they love curry, and then they chicken curry, and they love also beef rendang.
And did they like? Do you let them try sambal?
Yeah.
And they like sambal.
Yeah,
Oh my god, sambal is the best. I love.
yeah.
And what kind of feedback did you get when they try? And we're talking about like local Mexican
Like
people who
local
are
Mexican.
used to
Yeah,
only a certain kind of food, right? Yeah.
yeah. I had also one experience when I sold my food in my daughter's school. I just make like nasi putih,
Nasi
white
putih.
rice,
Right.
yeah, and then only with yellow chicken curry, and
Okay.
I can sold the food only 30 minutes.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Finish.
Oh, that's cool.
Everybody loved it.
Nice.
Wow.
Did you let them try it? Do you give like a sample for them to try, or it looks good?
No. No.
So they just buy it like
Yeah,
they
they
don't.
buy, and then they tried, and then came back to me, want to buy more, and then, oh no, sorry, we finish.
All right, guys. If you're joining us right now, I just want to tell you guys that we talking with Uli, and we are talking about food. Now, if you like food like we like food, you've come to the right place.
Yeah,
And Uli, why don't you tell the people a bit about how, if someone wants to try your food, like how can they get it? How can they
all right.
get food from you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nowadays, I just serving for a catering. If you have,
Okay.
yeah, if you have a minimum, you can order to me minimum 6 portion of the food,
Okay.
and
So
then
For
they
6
can
people. Yeah.
text me.
you can
Six
even
servings.
for like a family dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they can text me and tell me. I will send the menu to them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they can
Because
contact you with Instagram, Angel Kitchen Indonesia, right?
yes,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, because I have a lot of menu, so
Okay.
everyone, yeah. Sometimes they ask to me, and then what kind of food that for family. I will ask, do you like spicy, or do you like sweet, or do
Mm-hmm.
you like soup? So I can suggest to them what kind of food that they can serve to their family, or to their for the gathering.
Right. You recommend
Yeah.
for the event. Also, do you accept deliveries on Sunday, or is that a rest day?
Depend on because it is I make for order.
Yes.
If
So,
you for Sunday, it's okay if you order, yeah, in advance.
okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm just asking for myself. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, of
I'm going to order like after we put on for Sunday.
Sometimes my customer ask me, how about I only for 1 or 2 persons, so
Okay.
I can make it in waiting list, so if somebody wants their menu, so I can uh offer, yeah, I
Okay.
have this a day for this menu. If you
Uh-huh.
want to order also, I will make it for you also, something
Okay.
like that.
So you
Okay.
you don't mind catering to each individual what they need, and then you discuss with them, and yeah, that's
Mhm.
cool. That's cool. Like, I really think everybody should try Indonesian food,
Yes.
and like what you were telling me that even the embassy was happy with your version of Indonesian food, because it's as close to authentic as they can get here. Yeah,
Yeah.
and considering like it's so difficult to get ingredients and all that is really impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I try to maintain my authentic
Uh-huh.
because I only adjust for the spiciness.
Okay. I see for the sambal, right?
Yeah, for the sambal or for the ingredients that have chili.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
see.
just adjust about that, but all the ingredients I make same like in Indonesia. All menu also.
Mhm.
So
For
it's not.
example, if you go to Indonesia and if you order some food in restaurant,
Uh-huh.
for example, you go to restaurant Padang food,
Yeah.
Okay.
and in your plate, I'll try to make it like you are in Indonesia.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, you
we have
tried.
seen how you decorate the plates. They are amazing. It has the like pandan leaf or and then like everything like it's full and packed
Yes,
and it's
like
satisfying. Yeah, the meal.
even with the cracker, also the like
Oh
the
yes,
right.
the cracker.
yeah, it's from Indonesia also,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good.
original.
So do you travel back
Yeah.
like to Indonesia often, like to get ingredients or just to visit and all that? Like,
No, not really.
mhm.
Yeah, at the moment, no, because of the situation of the world, of the pandemic.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I cannot go often to the Indonesia, but
mhm.
I can order from US
Yeah,
some of ingredients because we have a large community in there.
right.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So when you order, how long does it take to arrive?
Oh, 1 month.
1 month.
Yes.
Yeah. So wow, you
Usually 1 month.
order the orders in
Mm.
advance and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you mean that order from my ingredients from US, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, three
1 month.
3 weeks or 1 month.
Right. And then they will send it. Basically, it's like from a supermarket or something.
No, for like one personal business,
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
Like
Another,
supplier.
also an
like a
Indonesian
supplier.
person,
Mhm.
but
Hmm.
also an Indonesian person.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
she was saying, the
Mm-hmm.
Indonesian community in the US is
Is
very,
there.
very big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's more likely to get the ingredients there.
Yeah.
So do you get
They,
like a lot of orders from the Indonesian community here?
yeah. 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 But I'm more interested to promote to sell my food to foreigners.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Okay,
It's kind of a challenge for myself.
Hmm.
I see. Okay, a personal challenge.
Yeah, to sell the food to the people that doesn't know about your food.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
To introduce them to the world of Indonesian cuisine.
That's really cool. Yeah, I mean sharing your culture, right?
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And then my customer of Indonesia only 2%,
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Oh, I see.
and the rest is foreigners.
Right. Actually, the food can really like let people know more about the country because like the Indonesian food has like Indian influences and all that, and Indonesia basically was like it has a lot of like Hindu,
China,
yeah, Chinese, everything like mixed or in,
Yeah.
yes,
so
And I mean, for people that don't know, maybe you can tell them a bit about Indonesian culture. It's really influenced a lot by, for example, Indian
yeah,
culture and like what else? What other mixes are there to make up the
Chinese culture also.
Chinese culture? Okay.
Uh-huh.
do you
And
feel like Thai culture?
Malay.
Yes, Malay, of course.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, there is the what we learn from the culture is that there's the stick figures thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you call that. Like is it's like shadow, it's with
Shadow
shadows.
puppets. Yeah, it's from Indonesia, right? Like
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Wayang.
Yes,
yes, the wayang.
the wayang.
Yeah. Wayang. Yeah. We
And they
also.
always, right? Yeah. And a lot of the stories in the wayang is from Indian culture, right?
India, yeah.
And,
Indian culture, yes.
Yeah, and I mean, Indonesia is primarily like Islamic country, but Bali is not, right? Bali
Hindu.
is Hindu, right? Yeah,
Yeah, Hindu.
yeah. So are there other locations in Indonesia that is like that as well? Like Hindu it's also Hindu or only Bali?
Bali and Lombok is
Lombok?
most neighbors of Bali.
Ah, okay.
Lombok.
They are all
Almost,
Hindu
yeah,
influenced.
Hindu.
Hmm.
And then Indonesia also has like Papua.
What's that? Papua?
Papua, it's the neighbors of Australia.
Oh, Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea, and we call it the Papua,
I see.
Indonesia. Yeah.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of the area- part of
Papua New
Indonesia.
Guinea, Indonesia, then Papua New Guinea, and then Australia, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
The
some of the same
connection.
like region. Wow, that's amazing. It's a really old culture, a really full culture. No? You can imagine like the Papua New Guinean, Australian, Indonesian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
crazy.
mean, when I was chatting with Uli yesterday, she was saying that most people don't know Indonesia, but nowadays they know Bali, right? She was telling me.
They don't know that Bali is inside Indonesia. They only know, oh, Bali. Do you know Bali? Yes. Do you know Indonesia? No.
Oh, I see. They
Okay.
don't know that Bali is Indonesia. Oh, I see. You know, actually, we have never visited like Jakarta or any like main part of Indonesia. We have only been to Batam and
Batam.
Bintan.
Mm-hmm.
Bintan is
Bintan. Yeah.
is also in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Jakarta is like the must visit, right? I mean, if you say
Yes.
you've been to Indonesia, like you should at
Yeah.
least know what Jakarta's like. But yeah, we have no idea actually.
So what other places should people visit in Indonesia? Like if they want to get a taste of.
Lot.
A lot.
All right, we got time. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Like in Sumatra, you have to visit Lake Toba.
Lake Toba.
Lake Toba.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
Papua, you have to visit Raja Ampat.
Raja
Wait,
Ampat.
Raja. Okay. What is that? Five Kings?
Ampat is
Raja 4.
Oh,
four. I said four.
No, it's the place.
Your Malay fail. Your Bahasa fail.
Oh yeah, Lima. Raja Lima.
Raja 5, no, Raja Ampat.
Raja Ampat.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Papua. Or you have to visit Bunaken for diving.
Ah, yes.
And Nias in Sumatra for surfing.
Yeah.
Okay, windsurfing. Oh
Wow.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, Indonesia is like, I mean, it's an island that's like this, right? So it's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
esports and
we have 5 big islands.
Okay.
wow.
Java, Sumatra, Kalimantan, Borneo,
Right.
yeah,
Borneo.
Celebes, Sulawesi.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. What's the cuisine like in the food? Is it like in Borneo? You know the area like it's very different from
Yeah, because it's surrounded by ocean, lot
Mhm.
of seafood.
Yeah, I'm sure. Lots of seafood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. In Sumatra, we have spiciness, in
Mhm.
sweetness, and also in Sulawesi,
Uh-huh.
famous food is seafood.
Seafood.
Yeah,
Great. So like, but in general, you would say the Indonesian food is a mix of seafood and beef and chicken and all that, right? Because it's quite
yeah,
essential. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of seafood back in Asia in general, but like Indonesian food, we can't say that it's mainly seafood. It's got lots of beef
I
and
see.
chicken. But I know that Uli cooks vegan as well, like for like
Yeah.
now for here, right?
Yeah.
You do like vegan versions of the rendang and all that,
yeah.
correct?
Mushroom rendang,
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
and then I make also rendang from jackfruit.
Wow.
Jackfruit. Oh wow.
Actually, rendang is made of what? The
Actually, rendang it's the process to cook.
okay.
Oh okay.
Yeah,
How is it? What kind of process is that?
Yeah. In Sumatra language, they
Uh-huh.
call randang, merandang.
Miranda.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it like
With
a
with the slow cook.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
slow cooker? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a stew. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, okay. Yeah, like
But in traditional way.
words right now. Yeah, we only recognize it
What was
with
that? Sorry?
food.
In traditional way.
The
Slow
In
traditional
cooking in
traditional
way.
way.
traditional way.
Mhm.
Do you know the the traditional way only use small like because merandang is like to heat the food, but you have to slow heat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
the process
uh-huh.
needs like 10 hours of
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Very slow marination. Okay.
Yeah.
Slow cooking.
So every time you get the order for the rendang, you start cooking it, and then you need kind of like at least a day or two preparation, right? For
At
rendang.
least for rendang, if you want the really good rendang, you have to order 1 week before.
Wow. I know. Now I know.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
yeah,
Because
yeah.
the taste is very different.
What is it?
yeah. The taste is very different when it's cooked for longer, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I want to know about the jackfruit. So when you say
Back to the
the
Jack.
the jackfruit rendang is basically it's like instead of mushroom rendang, it's jackfruit rendang. Is that what you mean?
Or is it flavored, or how do you combine a jackfruit with the rendang?
Yeah, the same with the beef. We have to make the ingredients
Uh-huh.
cook very well, and we can put the jackfruit
I see.
and continue slow cook.
This is Uli's special recipe, or
Yeah.
or it's
No,
like
no, 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 no.
no, it's something for
Okay.
Indonesia.
Actually, it's in original area in Padang. They have like more than 200 type of rendang. Do you know? Do
Oh,
you, they also make rendang from leaf.
Wow,
leaves.
wow!
Wow.
I really
It's
didn't
like
know all these things.
the like original vegan rendang.
Yes, from leaf.
Yeah, it's on my list. I'm going to order that.
Yes, for sure.
I'll order in advance for a week.
Are there a
But
lot?
but I would also like to know about. I mean, because you mentioned something, then it made me think about it. But like in Indonesia, there are parts where people are still living in like villages or like more like in the forest. Are
Mhm.
there? It's not all modern, right? It's like there are people who are living in the forest. Do you know?
Yeah, in Jambi, one of the area in Sumatra,
Yeah,
there
Jambi.
is still people who live in the forest.
right.
Uh-huh.
And are they like a different like would you call them indigenous people
Mm,
or
n-
not?
not really, because it's kind of the community, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's still very much part of Indonesia community. It's not like it's like separation, right?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
The people kind of they're accepted by the modern,
the
the mo-
modern, yeah, yeah,
right,
Yeah, I mean they're integrated, I think.
integrated,
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
So because like I have heard about like in Taiwan they have indigenous communities that are living in the forest,
Uh-huh.
and they that kind of look like I don't know even like they could possibly look like Indonesians or Malays or something, but they are Taiwanese.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have heard of that. Yeah.
that's very. Have you heard of this? The Taiwanese.
Indigenous people.
indigenous people,
Indigenous people.
and also like the question you're asking about people who are still living in the forest and things like that.
Yeah.
It's actually very similar to the people. I mean, in this part of the world, like the Amazon,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
They actually kind of got a similar kind of. I don't know, from what we see, they kind of look similar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this kind of island people, right? You say these are all we are all in a way kind of like island people, right? Like
In Indonesia, there is like a community. We call it like, if I don't forget, we call it anak anak dalam,
Anak
because
dalam.
because they live in the forest.
Mhm.
So there is one woman who came to the forest and teach them to read, to write, like like they like collect them
okay.
to give them like how to learn about modern way, but they still live there.
Right.
So, but did they ask for that? No, I'm sure they are also maybe in the first at the first point they were a bit not so open to this,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, but then I
yeah.
guess
Yeah,
over time,
surely. I'm also wondering, like, do they have the same dishes, the same food as like the rest of Indonesia? Like, do they also cook the same way? You know, like, yeah, it's interesting to know because they are not in modern society, but they live in nature.
I'm sure they contribute some way to the Indonesian culture, like with 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 the food, or maybe what do you think? How do you think they in what way do they contribute to the Indonesian culture?
To keep the nature,
Yeah,
the
Ah,
forest,
to protect
right?
nature. Yeah, yeah.
nature.
Protect the
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
living in
Because
harmony with the
not
forest.
only in Jambi, in Sumatra, in Papua also, still,
Papua,
yeah,
the indigenous people are there. I think it connects, no? So like
yeah,
they are also like a similar race of people actually.
Yeah, they are the source, right? I mean, they like the stuff comes from them, right? And culturally even like they are the source of the peoples.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, there's so much to say about Indonesian culture. It's very beautiful and
Yeah.
like like honestly, like even to the modern times, like Indonesia has quite a large presence. Like I mentioned about Java, like the Java Jazz Festival. Like Indonesian music is also very present in Asia. Yeah,
we
Yes.
rich in culture. We
In
are
culture.
rich in culture. Yeah,
rich in culture exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
because we have like a 34
Wow, 34 provinces. Okay. Mhm.
provinces, and then 5 big islands, and then our language also. Every area has like a Java. In Java, we have like a 5: East Java, West Java, Central Java, and
And
they speak in their dialect.
mhm.
Their own dialects. I see.
They
So,
also, yeah.
do you know a few dialects?
No, I came from Sumatra.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah,
no.
I understand but cannot speak.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a Sumatran dialect, and you
Yeah,
understand it, but you don't really speak it.
yeah, but I understand
But like all of Indonesia, they speak Bahasa, right? Like
bahasa.
everyone knows about
To
Bahasa.
unite,
They have their
yeah,
little dialects
yeah,
from
to
there.
unite of us, to make us together. Yeah,
Yeah.
we speak in
One like
bahasa, and also bahasa we speak in for to the people from Malaysia, Singapore. Sometimes we speak in bahasa also.
yeah, yeah. I mean, from Malaysia, Singapore, everybody understands at least like basic Bahasa, right? Like, I mean, like just like you said, anak dalam, is it? Like,
Yes,
we all know anak is means child, but like dalam, I don't know.
Dalam is inside.
inside. Yeah,
Ah, okay,
Okay.
okay.
See, Isaac's Bahasa is better than mine.
Right.
Like my parents speak to each other in Malay, but they only speak to each other when they don't want me to know what they're talking about. So
in secret. Yeah.
so I don't really know. Yeah.
And so you mentioned Bahasa is what most of the Indonesians speak, and the dialect, like for example, you have your own dialect, right? Like with your
Yes, Yeah.
Is it very different sounding from Bahasa?
Yeah. Different. Very different.
How? Can you give us an example? Like for example, apa kabar is more Bahasa. How you say that in
Bahasa. Apa kabar?
how you say in dialect?
In dialect, I forgot. I only understand.
I think that's what you're telling us. You don't remember the
But
language.
in Java, they said in Pie kabare.
Pie kabar. Wow, very different sounding.
Well, anyway, guys, so we only have about 5 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
And I would like to just talk a little bit about how has it been being here in Mexico so far. Do you enjoy yourself here? Are you comfortable? Basically, just give us some of points about how has it been for you here?
Yeah, I think since when I came here, I didn't understand Spanish at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned Spanish to communicate, to make friends. So I think I can enjoy live here, and I feel like that. If you are foreigners in Mexico or other country, it is better to learn language first.
Yeah.
Because for me, Spanish is my fourth language.
Wow.
Okay.
Because I
okay.
can speak Bahasa
Mm-hmm.
Indonesia, and then English little, and then Japanese,
Dua,
Oh yes,
tiga,
you were in Japan.
and then Spanish.
empat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Wow.
wow. That's very interesting. So wow.
Yeah, it's so cool to live like that, very open-hearted, and then you just embrace the languages and then embrace the people. So yeah, I think it's it's really wonderful, Uli, to see how you live. Mhm.
And also, you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier that the culture of the people here, the way how they are kind of warm and the way they are is kind of similar to Indonesia also. Not the people back
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a very warm culture as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in the part, it's easy to adjust, right? Because people here are also warm. It's not a cold kind
Yeah.
of cultural exchange, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they are very helping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mexico and Indonesia in Asia country similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar
As
vibes.
long as you have a positive thinking about them.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so true. That makes a world of difference wherever you are, right? I mean, this
Yes.
positive
Yeah.
thinking. Yes.
The first thing, language.
Language. Okay.
Yeah. And
So
how's your Spanish? Is it fluent?
Not really.
how many?
You went to UNAM for how long to study? You told me
For
that
1.5 years.
1.5 years.
1.5 years.
Okay.
That's good. So you are now at a professional speaking level.
You know, more you learn about something, more you know about something, you are afraid to use the language because of you you are afraid to do wrong of grammar. Is it?
Yeah. I mean, the grammar for Spanish is not easy, right?
Yeah,
It's
Spanish is
it's
not
opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, to English. And I don't know, what is the grammar like for Bahasa, but for Chinese and English is pretty the same. It's pretty much the same. It's
Yeah.
here's where the noun is, and the noun is here, and then
Uh-huh.
the placing is the same. And what is it like for for Bahasa?
Yeah, I think, but in in Bahasa Indonesia, there is no time, like past tense, future. For example,
Really? Oh,
yeah, like
so
for
how do you
example, makan.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Saya
Bukan
makan
makan.
now. Yeah, I'm eating now. Saya makan sekarang.
Sekarang. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I ate before.
Uh-huh.
Saya makan tadi. Still makan.
Makan.
For the verb.
So you just say before, after. So you don't don't change the word makan to. There is no conjugations basically.
That's interesting.
That's how I speak Spanish. Because I don't know the conjugation.
Oh, well, fun times. Yo, guys, well, it's been wonderful. We've come to the end of the show right now. We need to wrap up. And thank you so much for joining us, Uli. And this has been really interesting talking about Indonesian culture and food. And
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes, of course. Like we loved having you, and I want to let everybody know that if they are interested to try Indonesian food, like they can contact Uli at Angel Kitchen Indonesia
Angel Kitchen
on
Indonesia.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes, we will put it on the Facebook comments as well. And yes, and we are signing out.
Signing out.
I'm Celestine Angel
I'm Isaac Rakesh.
and Uli Panggabean. Are we saying
Panggabean.
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 Panggabean from Indonesia, like a wonderful chef, and we are here on That Foreign Show on ADR Networks.
Activating your senses.
Thank
Peace.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you to all who joined us here on That Foreign Show. It's been awesome. I'm Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch, and we'll see you next Friday. Have a great weekend, y'all.
That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you.